So welcome to the Thompson Oval for our second game of coverage. It is Sandy Bay under 13 v Kingborough Black under 13. Of course, Kingborough have split their very, very big group into two teams. It's fantastic. And there is the Sandy Bay lineup today. You can see they've got plenty of young fellas there. They used to have two teams going around, and look at the enthusiasm being shown. And why wouldn't there be enthusiasm for the first game of the 2022 Barwick's STJFL under 13 division? It's been wonderful games so far. In the last game, it was Lauderdale just coming out victors over the Gold team, and here we have Sandy Bay v Kingborough Black. It is Andrew Silver Fox Hopwood here in the Jezza Jones Tower at the Brighton complex, and I'm very pleased to say that I'm joined by my co-colleague Martin Duffy. Duff, it's great to see junior football back on the agenda for 2022.
Oh, it's just a nice, beautiful day out here at Brighton, and yes, no, it's been a good start to the year already with two excellent games before, and no, it's been a big build up to the year, and looking forward to the big year ahead.
Well, there are some of the players that you'll see running around for Tigers today. Coach Aaron Vince just going over with his charges. And you and I were most impressed, Duff, with the quality of football in the games we've seen so far. The way the boys came out, they were good below their knees, but moreover, they were trying to play a good brand of football. None of this flooding. They were looking to get back off mark quickly, look laterally, always look to bring one of their players into the game.
Yeah, that last game especially that Aaron was co-commentating on, that was especially a really good game, wasn't it? It was just flowing around brilliantly. It was great to film, and I think those two teams have set themselves up for a big year ahead, Hoppy.
They certainly have, and one of the things I've had a few notifications on my phone, Duff, just querying what sort of pie you had for morning tea on your way up through the Brighton's best Bakehouse.
I prefer just the standard meat pie.
Oh, it's a very, very good meat pie. Of course, it's one of the many pies down there that Scotty and the bakers make that were, of course, pie. Can you believe that, Duff? Pie of the year. We're not just talking about any schmuck pie. It was done by the Baking Association of Australia, the Tassie Baking Show. The spicy tandoori was a gold medal, as well as their sourdough and fruit flan.
It gets judged and everything. And you know what I was asking Scotty, how does that work? And apparently they actually go on a plane with the pie, with a couple of pies.
Yep.
And then they hit them up, and then somebody actually tests them, and that's how they're actually judged.
Fantastic. Well, I know that's where I'll be heading on my way home, Duff, to pick up my good lady wife on our way down to Judbury to visit our son. So we're looking forward to that. And I think it's also prudent, while we just have a couple of minutes, we also a shout out to our very, very dear friends, Richard Atkins and the crew at Zambrero. It is feel-good Mexican food. Of course, Zambrero are a fantastic company, Duff. They have the Plate for Plate initiative. So not only is it fantastic food, you have the vegetarian, vegan, gluten-free options, but every time that you buy a plate of food, they donate a plate of food, and by the 2025, that is 1 billion plates of food they will have donated.
That's incredible.
It is incredible. So is the Barwick's STJFL under 13 division getting underway here at the Thompson Oval at Brighton. We are coming to you live here. We are in the Jezza Jones commentary tower as Sandy Bay go forward. They go inside their 50, leading out well. Good handball there by the Bay. That was Grubb who was trying to intercept that one. Tries to escape the clutches, going back out around that outside, getting into a dangerous area. Picked up nicely by Thorpe with that big blonde locks, but only goes as far as the Bay as they steam towards the goal. And we'll have a look at that again. Beautiful work there on the Mood Food replay, Duff. But what about the clean pickup?
Yeah, well, just come across the face of goal. I mean, it was probably the spot to put it, but didn't quite hit the target, and he just swooped on it, didn't he?
We can see here, did the right thing going out wide. And that was Barling who picked it up. And I liked the way the young fella took off so quickly, Duff, and headed toward the goals. He didn't swerve or deviate, just went straight at the goal, squared the shoulders up. And within 1 minute 22. We just checked the Brighton's Best Bakehouse scoreboard, and it shows that Sandy Bay are 1 goal straight 6. Tigers yet to score. So great efficiency there from the Bay. Coach Grubb will be absolutely cock-a-hoot with that, as again a ball up. Maxie Willis was the big dominant ruckman there, got the tap out for the black team, but it is Sandy Bay who roved it very nicely.
You would think that Sandy Bay is probably the favourite to win this match, because I do believe Kingborough's got a couple of players backing up just to make up the numbers. A lot of players out with COVID in this squad. Yeah,
it's great to see that a couple of players are backing up, Duff. There's one indeed, young Kongwa, number 5, who played the previous match. And we're going to have to be pretty flexible this season, Duff. And already we say hats off, I think, in the under-14 division, North Hobart and Sandy Bay. The coaches rang each other during the week. They understood that through the protocols they're going to have quite a few players out. So they decided, let's just share some players. Don't worry about the 4 points, that whoever wins, wins. But let's get the game underway for the benefit of football. And I think, Duff, it is fantastic that, again, we do want to see our teams win, but that collegial process of everyone getting behind, so football is the winner.
I think Andy Bennett from AFL Tas actually touched on that.
Did he?
No, he did. He mentioned that at the breakfast the other day. He said it's all about everybody, getting together after the game or before a match and just making sure that the footy goes ahead and doing the best thing for the sport.
I agree. So here is the Tigers. They picked that one up. I think that, again, was maybe Ben Frost who just boots that one out wide, but Sandy Bay through the agency of Robertson, just trying to quickly get that one into their forward line. You can see the determination, and that's dangerous if you put that ball back in towards the forward 50 area, and it's going to be a free kick here go to the Tigers. Can we also do a shout out, Duff? You and I made comment after the last game how high standard the umpiring was, and it was a father-son combination.
It was, yeah. No, they were very impressive. They've, I think they did 2 games this morning together, so they've done their umpiring for today. But no, most impressive.
How about that for a bit of bonding, Duff? You just sort of forego the eggs and bacon. You get up nice and early, come out to the Thompson Oval, run around, get nice and fit, and doing a father and son thing. I think that was great, and they did a wonderful job as that ball is close, just tapped inside as Sandy Bay have an opportunity to score. On the last line of defence there is Kingborough. That was Lukey Cohen, who again, he's one of the young fellas who's also doubled up. Of course, has come to the Tigers from down in the Cygnet area, and he did a good job because it was weight of numbers there by the Bay who are surging. Now it is Maxi Fulsang, blonde locks, who didn't get the goal, but look at that. That's Finn O'Meara, who has snapped that one there, Duff, the opportunist goal. He knew where they were, and he looks a bit like another famous son out there, Maxi Lamb, doesn't he, with that hair put back like that?
Does.
But here we can see he went back to Finn O'Meara and put that one through for a goal.
Gee, they're up and about the Bay, aren't they? So, I mean, it's a big road trip out here to Pontville.
Well, it is. You're quite right, Duff. They'd probably had a bit of a spell. Would have got up nice and early this morning and just sort of break the trip up. I would have thought they probably would have got a bit of takeaway from Zambrero, maybe a burrito or 2 just out at Granton, just to break it up, stretch the legs. And by the time you get here, you'd be just nice and fresh. You would have probably refueled and stopped. It's Bennett's Petroleum down there at Sandy Bay. How good is that, Duff? When you call into Bennett's Petroleum, you actually get service. Someone comes and fills you up. How good is that?
It's like the old days.
Oh, just bring it back. But here we go now. Well done by Sandy Bay as they get that ball back in. That's Frawley. Well played by him in towards Sammy Spur. Now it comes out towards Grubb. Grubb very unselfishly goes back in. Look at this possession play here by Sandy Bay, and they finally, do they get the goal?
Oh, it's hit the post.
Wow. Here we were, Duff. That was going to be as good as play as any to be unselfish, and the big fella, big Tommy Wilson, just couldn't quite bring that one in. So but that all goes well for Sandy Bay, Duff, if they're prepared to share the ball like that.
Yeah, they seem very team orientated, which is what you want to see.
Very much so. So with 6 minutes gone here in the first quarter, of our third game, our second covered game. So it's a very big day out here, Duff. It's an opportunity to see all the under-13 teams go round to see where they all sit for the 2022 Barwick's STJFL season.
Gee, nice contest there with those two boys.
Even the umpires are getting into the hairstyle, Duff, with the mullet. You can see here, he wasn't particularly happy with the push there, so it's going to be a free kick to Maxie Willis.
Yeah, the mullet's a very, very prominent feature of Australian rules football these days.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I know that you sported a very, very nice mullet. I can just picture you dancing down there at the big festival, Duff, when you were up on stage, just going around there down at the Falls Festival looking $1 million. Of course, you've had a bit of a trim since then. Any thought of bringing it back?
Let's just move along from that, please, Andrew.
So here come the Tigers, Sandy Bay Black. And g'day to all our viewers who are watching the telecast here. Of course,
you can turn down your volume if you really want to.
It's a cracker of a game so far, early doors. Tigers haven't really got that ball forward yet, but now here is a chance. It was Batchelor who quickly just bludgeoned that one out. It was Taylor, the big centre-half forward. Good tackle there. That's the sort of thing that can lift a team.
Yeah.
Well played there by Morgan, Duff.
Yeah, very experienced umpire we've got here today too. Umpire Paul Doran, who umpires first-grade cricket and also top-level SFL footy as well. He's a real sporting all-rounder.
Oh, and as we spoke, that ball comes in and Kongwa goes back. Young Sean Kongwa, we saw him in the previous game. There is the umpire that you alluded to, Duff, as we see here on the Mood Food replay. Gee, that was a good kick. That was weighted so well, Duff, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a nice build-up there. So they need this to steady the game down.
Okay, so Kongwa off a step. Very efficient kicking, as we saw there. Just goes back and drills that one through.
Yeah.
And that'll just ease the nerves of the team and of also Coach Vince as well, I would have thought.
Well, it looks like because he's backed up and played the game earlier on, and I think he played on ball in that match, so that looks like Coach Vince has got the star down there in the forward pocket, just resting him up, just let him get his breaths back, and I reckon he'll play him on the ball at some stage though, Hoppy.
But like he said, Duff, Coach Vince, of which I like, and from an STJFL perspective, for the development of all these young players, they need to be playing in different positions. So
definitely,
all of a sudden, young Kongwa, you know, when he gets up through the ages, he has that versatility, Duff.
That's right. No, it's very, very important to be able to be team orientated, to be able to go in whatever position the coach asks you to.
Well, it's just like here at Duff TV. I mean, sometimes your very good self can be asked to go on the camera, go in the commentary, or you could take over the controls. I mean, that's the versatility of Duff TV. So that ball goes out wide, and it is another mark there taken by the Bay. That's the goal scorer, Namira. Comes not a lot of system in that particular kick, but sometimes the chaos ball works, and running hard out is Morgan. Morgan picks that one up, takes a bounce, but the whistle has come in on play behind. As
don't know what that was for.
Umpire Mullet's just calling for the ball. Just not sure what that one was for here, Duff. Anyway, maybe he wasn't quite behind the mark, and umpire Mullet was right on that one as it's gone close towards the boundary line, and that will come in for a ball up.
Perfect conditions out here at Pontville.
Certainly is, isn't it?
He's just going to let that go Kingborough's way. Nice little build-up here by the Kingborough boys in front of us.
Here's Billy Cooper. This is the sort of thing that we alluded to before, that they're looking to bring their teammates into it, whereas before, here is Vince. We know he's swift of foot. He's going around again, and Big Willis takes that mark.
Oh, the big unit.
There he goes, gets it back towards Vince. He needs a bit of support here. He finds it this particular time in Batchelor.
Oh.
Strong tackle. And Sandy Bay there, Duff, are going to be rewarded. Nice tackle there by Charlie Hill.
Yeah, I thought he might have got a boot to that, but obviously the umpire was probably a bit closer than us. So
very much so. So the fend off there was well played by Gardner. Gets the short kick coming inside, looking for Kongwa, who looks so dangerous no matter where he is. He goes in towards that one, and it just slips to the near side and through for the minor score. But if anywhere you get it round Kongwa, Duff, you look like he's going to give you a good contest, don't you?
It reminds me of Pendlebury. He's got a lot of time.
Yes, he does.
Long strides. And you're sort of like, you're not quite sure where he's going to run or what he's going to do with the ball.
It's a very high accolade, but he does have the Pendleburys about him, Duff. No doubt about that. As it comes down the back, there is Hamish Tay. Gets the quick kick, but just a quick bludgeon of the ball by Cowan, getting it forward at all costs. It just tickles back over the top. There is mopping that one is Abbott. Abbott is dispossessed by the quick-thinking Billy Cooper. Comes inside, and there is the fleet-footed Kongwa, and he shows his deft touch there, Duff, because he's got his second goal, but this time he's gone on the right side of his body, which is quite a rarity for a left-sided player, isn't it?
Yeah, and even at this age, the boys are still learning that skill in the game, and just to be able to, under pressure, just pop it on the right with great poise. I mean, he's a really, really big talent, this young boy.
You can see there, Duff, didn't he show a good sense of occasion there? Because if he did try to go back on his left foot, he would have been caught. So he had to go on the right, and he's just coming off for a quick spell. As we check the Brighton's best Bakehouse scoreboard that reads the Tigers 2-1-13 to the Sandy Bay Lions 2-1-13. To state the obvious, it is a very close encounter and very, very even so far. It was Sandy Bay who came out of the blocks really, really quickly with that momentum, and all of a sudden they've just wrestled that momentum back. Have the Tigers, and it's going to be a quite enthralling and even contest, I would have thought, here at the Thompson Oval. Good ball up, comes out towards Charlie Morgan. He's been caught holding the ball, didn't dispose of it correctly, and Robertson for Sandy Bay takes the quick kick, looks out laterally as he finds a mark there in Henry Burberry. Burberry getting it off to Maxie Hallett. Hallett, not a lot in front of him, so he just decides he has to get as much distance as he can. Out comes Robertson, couldn't quite pull that one in, just booting it off the table. There is Taylor, to the advantage of some of his fleet-footed players. Cowan goes back indoors towards Billy Cooper. Here is Vince. Can't quite get the ball on this particular occasion, but that was cleverly done there by Charlie Morgan to come back inside.
Gee, heavy traffic. They've done well there.
It was heavy traffic, and both teams there showing great courage to go the football on all fours. Just getting it out there was Chug. Back towards his team player there in Tay Hamish. But just backing back there, Duff, taking a nice mark, is Samuel Cowan. Cowan tries to find further afoot in the last minute of the first quarter, and another strong tackle. And I'm liking that these tackles have been rewarded too, Duff.
Yeah, umpires are right onto it. If you've got a prior opportunity and you don't get rid of it, you're gone.
And that's been fair, and it's been so consistent so far, not only in this game but also in the previous games that we've had the privilege here to watch. So if you aren't watching it here and you're watching it from your television or from your laptop, mobile device, we welcome you to Duff TV's coverage. Of course, they are the media partner for the STJFL, and they have been giving us football for the last couple of generations. We thank Duff TV for that, as it is quarter time here at the Thompson Oval as we check the Brighton's best Bakehouse scoreboard that reads both Sandy Bay and the Tigers are 2-1-13 apiece. For let's have a look here. For the Black, it is Kongwa with 2 goals, and for Sandy Bay it is Barling and O'Meara. So Duff, in that first quarter, it was a tale of two halves in that first quarter. For in the initial stage, it was Sandy Bay who came pretty quickly out of the blocks.
They did.
And then all of a sudden, Kingborough just wrestled that ascendancy back slightly, got themselves into it and fought back hard. And we really have got a close encounter in front of us.
Yeah, no, it's a ripper little match, similar to the last one, flowing around nicely, and just looks as though the boys are up and about and ready for a big year.
They certainly are. So as the boys take some advice from their coaches, we're going to have a quick spell here, Duff, and so we hope you are enjoying the coverage here from the Thompson Oval. We're going to be back with the second quarter in just a few moments. So welcome back to the Thompson Oval. It is Sandy Bay under 13 v Kingborough Black under 13 here in the Barwick's STJFL under 13 clash, and it's so far been a terrific day. Really good conditions. Everything's starting on time, which I was a little bit concerned with, Duff, because with the change of daylight savings, I just wondered if anyone would have forgotten not to put that clock back.
Oh, wasn't it welcome, that extra hour of sleep overnight?
Yes.
I'm fresh. I don't know about you, but I'm fresh today.
Yeah, I'm up and about. The only challenge was that normally Frank, the old Hungarian Vizsla, we hear him, his thump, thump, thump as he comes upstairs to jump in the bed about 5 o'clock. I didn't really enjoy the big snuzzle up at about 4:11 this morning. But anyway, that's what happens with big old Frank. He rules the roost. He's the alpha male at the Hopwood household as we are back to football here, and picking it up is the fleet-footed Charlie Morgan for the black team. That's Kingborough Black towards Batchelor. Can't quite pick that one up, but backing back is Wholesale for Sandy Bay. Ball's in dispute now. Well played again by Morgan. Gets it further afield. There is Cooper. Now back on is Kongwa. He looks very effective and again goes on that wrong side of his body, which I know here at Duff TV, you love that, Duff, to see a young man really utilise both sides of the body.
Oh, well, it was something that was drilled into me when I was coming through the ranks as a junior footballer, and it was probably one of the reasons why I was such an established junior footballer back in the day, Andrew.
Well, very much so, and it was something
I'm only
that,
joking there, but
no, I know that you were of lofty heights when you played your junior footy. It was just a shame, Duff, that you didn't quite go on with the caper when you caught that disease. It was just called lack of courage. Anyway, that ball is close towards the boundary line, and Sandy Bay are just trying to push that one out of the danger area. But I was interested to hear Jay Schultz at the launch, Duff, and he spoke about kicking and the importance of being able to kick on both sides of the body.
Oh, no, in all seriousness, part of my game was being able to actually turn on any side and not have to think about it. It made my football more enjoyable, and I felt as though I had a small advantage over my opponent.
And as Jay said, Duff, who of course is the coaching director here in Tasmania, it gives you confidence. And if you can get confidence, it's confidence not only in your football, but confidence in life, that you can get out of challenges like that. So it is the under-13 division. It's they're playing for flags this year, Duff, as Vince gets that ball forward. Couldn't quite come up with the ball there, but great play by Vince to go back in and get it again. He's
having a really good match. He was a little bit quiet. I did a few things in the last game, but I tell you what, is he on the ball in this match? He's
I think Duff, playing with his mates, he wanted to do the right thing, but he didn't want to give his best skills. He wanted to save some for his dear old dad's team, and no doubt about that. And I like the way there by Sloris as well for the black team. He couldn't quite get his hands on that one, but he goes back in to get it again. Good contest there by the two big number 18s. That was Willis and Taylor for both teams collectively, as Parry just tries to get his way out of danger. Fulsang. That's a name that's familiar with Sandy Bay. There's been a few young Fulsangs come through the ranks, Duff, and O'Meara, of course, is one of the goal scorers early. Been told to play on, and just goes the barrel, and that's really opened up the players. It goes back towards Morton. Morton couldn't take the mark, but he's good enough to go back into the ball, end over end, and Morton has slotted that one through for a goal.
Nice.
Gee whiz, that was good play there by Morton. As we're going to have another look on the Mood Food replay, it was the second effort, Duff.
Oh, very confident young boy, isn't he?
Look at the way he just got back into the goal square there. So it all started with the big barrel. Have a look at that one. Connected beautifully over the back of the pack. Missed the mark, but there's your second effort. Clean hands. Picks it up below his knees and getting it onto his feet very, very quickly. Now, that's a practice kick in today's football, Duff.
Yeah, no, that's great execution there. I mean, sometimes they overdo that, but he just he couldn't get a lot of purchase on it to kick it normally, but he was able to do, what do you call it, the dribble kick?
Yes. And
it tumbled beautifully for him.
Yeah, it did. So it was Sandy Bay now, as we have a look at the Brighton's best Bakehouse scoreboard. 3-1-19 to the Tigers, 2-2-14. So under a little bit of pressure here. This is almost exactly the way the game started, Duff, is in the first quarter, now in the second quarter, where Sandy Bay really came out, and the Lions are baring their teeth over the Tigers as the ball comes back. So they just need to hang on here, do the Tigers, as that was Vince and Morgan trying to team up here, and by a succession of chain of handballs, they've got that ball from deep in their defensive area right out towards the wing. Sandy Bay are underneath that one. That's a good tackle. No prior opportunity that particular time from Van Gardner, and Gardner has been told that it was a ball up. And again, it goes very, very close to the line, and indeed over. And so it's umpire Doran, is it, Duff?
Yeah, Paul Doran.
Very experienced
They call
campaigner.
him Mr. Sport because he umpires football, he umpires cricket. He loves his 8-ball during the week. He's just...
Does he play 8-ball, Duff, or umpire?
I think so. I'm not sure, actually.
Okay, so it is the Tigers coming out to the running players in Vince and Morgan. It ends up in Morgan's hands. He goes, of course, towards Kongwa. If he can't get it, he'll make a good contest of it. But well played there by Sandy Bay in the last line of defence as Willis tumbles it end over end. There goes Kongwa again. He picks it up. He'll always look to his teammates. And again, very deft touch on getting it on the right side of his body. It is Taylor. Taylor goes in towards the goals, and he's slotted it through, Duff, for a great goal.
Where is he? There he
Jordan
is.
Taylor.
I thought he'd gone to the left of screen and was saluting the crowd, but he ran out to the right. But that's a great goal, isn't it? Nice poise there by Taylor.
Yeah, big bluey Taylor, as we'll have a look at that on the Mood Food replay. It was Kongwa who just forced his way forward on his right side. Here he goes now. Picks it up cleanly. Then it gives himself a few minutes, doesn't it, Duff? Once you pick the ball up cleanly below your knees, you give yourself a chance.
Yeah, no, it was very well done. They're easy to miss, those ones. You think, oh, gee, everybody's looking at me. I've got time. But he kept his head, and it's a great goal.
Tell you what, Duff, there's a few people here too, just quietly. I mean, we're in the newsstand here.
What is the name of this old stand? Do we know?
Oh, I'm not sure of the old stand, but I know the new stand is certainly the Jezza Jones stand.
Oh, yes, yeah. There's a sign. It was like the Shane Warne.
Yes.
You know how they named the stand, the southern stand, after Warney the other day. I think they should do the same for Jezza Jones.
Oh, he's
just get everybody from the community here.
The doyen of the community. He does such hard work, does Jason Jezza Jones up here in the Brighton community. So it is Sandy Bay. Good left foot, long raking kick, and we have certainly got a close game on our hands. One thing I'm finding it hard to concentrate on, Duff, is from our commentary tower, is there are a lot of people walking past me with big buckets of chips and gravy.
Oh,
and it's just, you're just getting that woof of it as they go past. Seems very popular fare up here at the Brighton takeaway. I have noticed too, as cars are pulling in, there's been quite a few wrappers of Brighton's best Bakehouse pies. They've obviously availed themselves and stopped very, very cleverly on the way through. As that's a strong mark taken by Van Gardner down there, Duff. Yeah. What about that for a mark?
No, that's a great pack mark, isn't it?
We saw there on the Mood Food replay. That's a tough mark to take, a contested mark, and here is Morgan. He takes off. He gets good benefit from 10 metres. Then he goes short because nothing was on. Goes out towards Gardner again, who was the man who took that big, strong mark. And the long kick comes in, but just taking his time, settling it down is Abbott.
Yeah, that was good play by young Morgan. I actually played football against his dad, Chris, who's here today.
Yep.
And, of course, Chris was a very good footballer for Sandy Bay back in the mid-80s.
Yeah, okay. So he plays a bit like his dad, does he, Dave?
He's much more team-orientated. His dad used to just throw it on the boot and hope, you know.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. A little bit selfish player, wasn't he?
Very selfish.
Obviously, this young fella.
Yeah.
He's taken after his mother's side of the family. So, again, lovely hands there taken by the Tigers. That was Parry. Parry goes to give it go again. Very determined young fella. Great work now, just trying to get the handball out to some open spaces. And Sandy Bay picks that one up, tries to push it on, can't get it clear. Fulsang goes back in and under. But Sammy Cowan is there, who beats him to the ball. Good contest there, and the man in front's going to be paid, and that's why you get the front position, Duff.
Yeah,
Billy Cooper.
That's right. They're away here, Kingborough.
So here comes Vince. He's very good by foot. Always looks to bring one of his teammates into effect. As Sloris is there. Comes back further afield. They try their way forward now, but Sandy Bay just doing some great defensive work, but it's not going to get out of their danger area. Unfortunately, there's a bit of a fumble, and Luke Cohen picks that one up, comes back inside. I think it might have been played on as Cooper.
Yes.
He just sort of puts the hand out to say, oh, I didn't play on, but I think he did, Duff.
Yeah, no, umpire Mullet was right onto that.
Yeah, there's no pulling the wool over umpire Mullet's eyes, Duff. As the whistle has gone, just a little bit of confusion. I think umpire Mullet might have paid a penalty here, Duff. It's a 50 metre, I think. Yep, that's the way it's paid. So there might have been some dissent, and umpire Mullet has said, let's bring that ball back up here. So it is a Sandy Bay kick. Sandy Bay through Charlie Hill. Get that one out wide. Now they're going down the line, trying to find a player in better position. That was Eddie Lind. He couldn't quite bring that one in, as Lind tried valiantly, but Gardner beats him to the punch on the ball. But that was nice play by Sandy Bay. As a good tackle there, Duff.
Yeah,
that might
nice
have been
tackling.
Abbott. Strong tackle, wasn't it?
Don't you love it how, though, the players are now trained not to sling the opposition? That's becoming a pattern that we like.
I agree with you there, Duff. The non-sling, and also the no-nonsense of just getting on with play. If you aren't happy with any of the calls from the umpires, I haven't seen any dissent at all. Just getting on with the game. And that's a good mark taken.
Because the umpires are human. They will make mistakes.
Yep.
But sometimes you've just got to grit your teeth and go, okay, put your hands up in the air and get on with it.
Absolutely. They're out there doing their job to the best of their capability, as are players, and you just have some respect, have some just decency and respect, and I like that. As well played there by Tay. It's getting about the 12-minute mark of the second quarter here in our second game for live coverage. And again, ball in dispute, and I'm not sure that the boys are going to have to bring that one back. No advantage has been paid, and it's going to be a Tigers kick, and it's going to Morgan. So Morgan just taking his time now, goes out towards that outer side, and there it is, Sandy Bay taking a really good mark, coming back inside now. Picking the ball up is Morton. Morton goes in towards that dangerous area, and good defensive work there. Nice play by Coulson just to tap that one through, Duff.
Yeah, great play there by Morton for Sandy Bay. Really put it to the advantage of his full forward there, but he didn't quite take the mark, and Kingborough cleaned up.
Oh, as that kick comes in, you can see that didn't quite go to the leading Vince, as Parry saw that he wasn't accurate, and didn't he do a great job to come back out and get that ball again. And Vince has won that one, showing good pace. I like the way he arches his back.
Yeah, he's like a little ball magnet in this game, isn't he?
He certainly has, and it is Sandy Bay who picked this one up. There's a couple of really good tackles there, and it's been seen over, and it will be a ball up. I think umpire Doran has called for the ball. Was the last one touch, I think, here, Duff? Is that how they've called that one? And
it's an interesting call by umpire Doran. It was like the free hit sort of call in cricket.
Yep.
Maybe he's getting mixed up, because he was umpiring last Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was an interesting call. So it was Batchelor who took the mark. Batchelor
might have to go out there at half-time and say, hey, it's footy here, mate, not cricket.
I'm sure he's a very good and capable umpire. You might go and have a chat to him at half-time and just have a discussion about some of those rules, Duff, because I'm not sure if actually the last one who touches it rule is being played, to be quite honest. But we will find out for you, ladies and gentlemen, as Gardner takes that kick. He's just saying to settle it down. He's only got a minute to go, so he needs to get it inside their 50.
Nice.
It is 20 apiece. As coming out, and a nice mark taken by Taylor. Taylor, have a look at the numbers here. If they can grab it, they can't quite bring it in, but they're in good position. And this could be a free kick. Sluris has got the ball here, Duff, for the Tigers. There's... he knows that he can't quite make the distance. He gets it out to Vince, one of the designated kickers over the back. Almost taking that mark is Willis. And here is a man who's got a goal. It comes out right in the last few seconds to Cooper. And Cooper has slotted that one through. That is a heartbreaker, isn't it, Duff, when someone can get a goal with only seconds left in a quarter?
Yeah, no, take that into half-time. They'll just have a nice, handy little 6-point lead here.
Let's have a look on the Mood Food replay as we see the ball come in. It was Willis who tried to take the mark. Morgan hit the pack so quickly, and it was Cooper who was the recipient of the handball. As the siren goes here for half-time, as we check Brighton's best Bakehouse scoreboard that sees Sandy Bay 3-2-20, just trailing the Tigers 4-2-26 for the Kingborough Black. It is Sean Kongwa with 2 goals, Jordan Taylor and Billy Cooper 1 each. O'Meara, Barling and Morton all singles for Sandy Bay. But again, it's really, really hard to pick which team is going to get the victory here, Duff. So it's a very entertaining game of under-13 football.
Well, the Tigers have kicked the last 4 out of 5 goals. So if you want to talk about trends, I think that's a pretty important trend, Andrew. So if they can continue that into the third quarter, I think they'll be very hard to stop.
They will be, and the only way we're going to stop is because we're going to have a break now, Duff. And so we hope that you are enjoying the coverage here from Duff TV. It is the Barwick's STJFL 2021 season. It's getting underway here at the Thompson Oval. So as we're going to have our break, we'll be back with the second half very shortly. One tries to escape the clutches, going back out around that outside, getting into a dangerous area. Picked up nicely by Thorpe with that big blonde locks, but only goes as far as the Bay as they steam towards the goal. And we'll have a look at that again. Beautiful work there on the Mood Food replay, Duff. And he did a good job because it was weight of numbers there by the Bay, who are surging. Now it is Maxi Fulsang, blonde locks, who didn't get the goal, but look at that. That's Finn O'Meara, who has snapped that one there, Duff, the opportunist goal. He knew where they were.
By Paul Doran, who umpires first-grade cricket and also top-level SFL footy as well. He's a real sporting all-rounder.
Oh, and as we spoke, that ball comes in, and Kongwa goes back, young Sean Kongwa. We saw him in the previous game. There is the umpire that you alluded to, Duff, as we see here on the Mood Food replay. Gee, that was a good kick. That was weighted so well, Duff, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a nice build-up there. So they need this to steady the game down.
Okay, so Kongwa off a step. Very efficient kicking, as we saw there. Just goes back and drills that one through.
Yeah.
And that'll just ease the nerves of the team and of also Coach Vince. Gets the quick kick. But just a quick bludgeon of the ball by Cowan, getting it forward at all costs. It just tickles back over the top. There is mopping that one is Abbott. Abbott is dispossessed by the quick-thinking Billy Cooper. Comes inside, and there is the fleet-footed Kongwa. And he shows his deft touch there, Duff, because he's got his second goal, but this time he's gone on the right side of his body, which is quite a rarity for goes the barrel, and that's really opened up the players. It goes back towards Morton. Morton couldn't take the mark, but he's good enough to go back into the ball, end over end, and Morton has slotted that one through for a goal.
Nice.
Gee whiz, that was good play there by Morton. As we're going to have another look on the Mood Food replay. Willis tumbles it end over end. There goes Kongwa again. He picks it up. He'll always look to his teammates. And again, very deft touch on getting it on the right side of his body. It is Taylor. Taylor goes in towards the goals and he slotted it through, Duff, for a great goal.
Where is he? There he
Jordan
is.
Taylor.
I thought he'd gone to the left of screen and was saluting the crowd, but he ran out to the right. But that's a great goal, isn't it?
Nice here, Duff, for the Tigers. There's, he knows that he can't quite make the distance. He gets it out to Vince, one of the designated kickers over the back. Almost taking that mark is Willis. And here is a man who's got a goal. It comes out right in the last few seconds to Cooper. And Cooper has slotted that one through. That is a heartbreaker, isn't it, Duff, when someone can get a goal with only seconds left in a quarter.
Yeah, no, take that in.
So we are back underway here at the Thompson Oval. And we've got a very close encounter. Sandy Bay v the Kingborough Tiger Black outfit. Of course, they have got two teams in this same division. The Gold played in the previous game, and now the Black are going around. They've got a couple of young fellas who had to double up. There's a little bit of COVID issues going around, so good common sense to think that we can share the players. So now umpire Doran comes in to throw this one aloft. And just to clear that little bit of confusion up in relation to the rule, which has been brought in, is that if the ball goes out between the arcs, so that's basically on the, if you like, between the half back lines and the wing, and the umpire could determine who was the last one to touch it, that means the kick goes to the opposition. So we'll explain that one as it goes round. But when it's inside the 50, it goes to a ball up, as that was brilliant, strong play there by O'Meara, but unfortunately for him and Sandy Bay, he's just missed that one. So we send a warm hello to all our friends down there watching us at Sandy Bay. I'm sure you're enjoying the coverage here on Duff TV.
We have been experiencing some internet connection issues here today, so we're hoping that the broadcast is going out smoothly for everybody out there, Andrew.
Yeah, it is a bit of a challenge. I know that you've been working with the council. Unfortunately, it's out of our hands here, Duff. It's just the connection here at the club room. Beautiful facility, but just something that we're working with them on. So thank you for your patience as Sandy Bay now and try and fire that ball in towards the goals. It's something close. It's been kept in, and there's a big chance to get a goal here, Duff. And Stacey Grubb, he was the only man who ran back and circled around and swiftly put that one through, and that has got Sandy Bay drawing first blood here in the third quarter.
It's just what they needed. I think I'd said that Kingborough had the last, 4 out of 5 goals, so that takes Sandy Bay back up to 4-3-27 to 4-2-26.
So there we go, Duff. That's just snap and coming around here. Well played by Grubb.
Little lesson there for the Tigers, don't you think? You've got to have a player back, Andrew.
Yeah,
at that stoppage.
I always do like that, Duff, whatever you like to call it, the gatekeeper or goalkeeper or whatever. It's just a sense of the occasion of the game, isn't it? Occasionally you might just have to drop off your man just in that last line of defence. So that's a good kick by Wholesale, gets it down, and they're putting the Tigers under the pump a little bit here as Parry did a couple of nice plays there. That's very good handball out to Kongwa. As you alluded to, he does seem to have so much time, Duff.
Oh, he's got the long stride, and it's just like you think, which way is he going to go?
It's almost, he's going to get tackled, but he doesn't. He draws people in. He's like a half-back playing at in touch football. He's very, very good. Very good to watch. He's the sort of young player that you come to watch football, Duff, don't you?
Oh, for sure. Gets people through the gates.
He does get people through the gates.
Although it's free admission here at the STJFL, isn't it?
Well, it is, but they like to come through and watch good quality young fellas coming through, no doubt about that, as is this umpire. umpire Mullet. And the good thing about this, umpire Mullet has been teamed with umpire Doran, Duff.
Yes.
And so he's learning the craft from a very experienced wily campaigner.
Oh, umpire Doran's been at it for probably as long as you've been coming to the footy, Andrew.
Well, that's very interesting, Duff. So he has been out a little while then. There is a good tap by the Tigers. Gets it back to Vince. He arches the back and well played there to Coulson. You can see even the midfielders running down there, as was Vince. And coming out is Sloris, takes a good strong mark. He's got himself in good position, Duff, but hasn't quite hung on to him. So that was good reward for his persistence. So nice mark by him. Here is Vincent. You can see him arches the back, but he's all but run out a little bit of line there, but just kept it in.
I think he was definitely a half a metre over there. The umpire said I couldn't see, so he's played it on. Well,
he's got to concentrate on the play at hand. There's Morgan, who tried to get that. He's been deemed to be hanging on to it.
His old mate up here with his chips, Andrew.
Got the chips. Well, part of the fare that is here on offer at the Jezza Jones complex here at the Brighton Oval. It is the Thompson Oval, Duff. One of, I think we've got about 3 or 4 up here, haven't we, Duff?
Oh, yeah, you've got the Gun Oval, and you've got the Ferguson Park out the back.
Yes.
And, of course, this is the main oval, the Thompson Oval.
So now, ball comes in, it goes over the back. That one carried a little bit further. Such good conditions for footy, Duff, isn't it? There's just not a breath of wind at all, as just arching the back and charging out then is O'Meara again. And I think he might have been, he's put it through for a goal. Yeah,
it's a very impressive player. He seems to be very strong in the core.
Yes.
Although he's a very, he's a tallish boy, but just very strong.
It's interesting you say that, as we see here on the Mood Food replay. Once he got the ball, again, urgency to break away from the pack and goes straight towards goal and kicks it nice and long. But that's where you show the urgency. He was strong through the core, and the reason why you can see that, he was nice and upright when he kicked it, Duff. So, so sometimes when you aren't strong there, you tend to lean, and when you lean, your foot can be dragging across the ball, across the arc. So he did a very, very good job there, and it's a strong mark taken in defence by Chug.
They've got their backs up a bit here, the Bay. You sense.
Yeah, they're doing very nicely now.
2 in a row.
Picking that one up, and good defensive tackle there by the Tigers. They need some inspiration now. Someone to hold firm, as Lind doesn't mark it, and one of them has been providing that is Oliver, who's been really good down in the defensive area out towards Coulson. He runs and turns quickly. He had the right idea there, Duff, but didn't quite get the purchase and the depth on the kick. So now it comes back with interest via Sandy Bay, picked up by Giannis, and he goes back in towards his teammate in Grubb. Grubb has a good competition between him and Cowan, and on this particular occasion, Cowan comes out with the ball, gets it out wide. Parry goes the shorter kick, very deliberate, goes over the top towards Fulsang. Fulsang goes back in. We're calling these same names again. They're getting plenty of the ball, as Josh Oliver. He's been very stoic down back, hasn't he, Duff?
Yep, having a good match, but I just get the feeling that Sandy Bay have got the run here. More run in the legs.
They have, and that was Hill provided a good contest on that particular occasion. Parry out towards Morgan, has a bounce, looking to go out towards Vince. He sold a little bit of candy, goes again, and nets the handball over. As the umpire said, maybe he might have gone a little bit too far there, Duff.
Gee, I don't know if I agree with that decision, Andrew.
Oh, no, I think you can just see umpire Mullet. He's really measured that so clearly. In fact, at half-time, Duff, I saw him measuring out 10-metre stints. He was pacing it out, so he'd be right on the job there. See, the kick goes forward. Well played here by Giannis again. Kongwa picked it up for the Tigers. As you can see, the fans, they're really intent, transfixed on this game, aren't they, Duff?
Yeah, look at them back here. Look at this gentleman.
Their eyes, they just haven't missed a beat.
Was that a lady? It's a bit hard to tell with the hat there.
No, it was that gentleman there. He was munching on a burrito from Zambrero.
Oh, right.
He had the black bean offering, Duff. one of the vegetarian offerings that come from Zambrero. Fantastic company and one of our very dear partners here at the STJFL. Here is Fulsang, gets the handball back to go forward. We are nearly 9 minutes into this third quarter. We have got a cavalcade of football in the Barwick's STJFL season. It's got underway on Friday night and it's continued here on Sunday. And it's so great to finally see after the pre-season, Duff, to see all the boys and girls out here playing. And we looked over the back a few minutes ago and commented the girls are playing behind us, Duff, and it's just good to see them out having a game, isn't it?
Oh yeah, no, it's great that the season's gone underway on time this year. That's, what would you say, in the back? You'd have to play that in the back.
So that
umpiring
was,
that.
Yep, umpire sorry, that was Singleton for the Tigers, who has been rewarded for his efforts. Singleton quickly gets it in, but chopping that one off. Gee, that was well played. Read it so well, did Chug that time, Duff.
Yeah, you can go to the right option there, Singleton. I would have liked to sort of pop it up near the goal square, but
yep.
Turn over to the bay.
And
another
that's
good
a
tackle.
strong tackle. It's been a really key feature in this game. That particular time wanted to go run on with the game, and now taking that mark is Cooper. Cooper, left footer, back into that open spaces. This is a tough ball for Sandy Bay as they picked it up. Didn't get the boot to it, and Vince has been rewarded for that rundown, Duff. So it is Vince going back. This will be right on his distance. Has he got this in him, Duff?
Oh, it'll be right on his distance. I think that's a good call. He's going to kick by from about 35 here.
Okay.
But gee, he must have a big engine. He's been playing on ball and raking up the possessions in this match.
Here goes Vince. Goes into the square. Can't take a mark. And a quick snap on goal there was by Cowan. Sandy Bay under a fair amount of pressure as they get that ball out. Barling picks it up. Barling goes to short pass and relieves the pressure as Fulsang takes that mark. Good play there by the Bay.
Yeah, they're under a lot of pressure there. There was about 5 Kingborough Tigers players chasing there.
And they did a wonderful, wonderful job. Handball back in. Robertson. You can see trying to get his hands on the old IGA footy. Quick kick over there towards Barling. Barling's been quite instrumental as Vince gets it again, and he is covering so much ground, this young Vince. Here's a good opportunity. Sloris again gets that ball going, so we're nearly 12 minutes gone, so 3 minutes left. Here is Cooper, Billy Cooper. Got the handball out, might have been taken a bit high, so umpire Doran from behind play, the experienced campaigner, says we've got to reward anyone and look after the head there, Duff. So quite rightly plays the free kick. Coming off his man was Spur at the last line defence. Did a really good job, but the ball's coming back and it's gone through for the minor score. But Billy Cooper with great persistence. Oh no, the two flags have come out, Duff, has it? Oh, the one.
Oh, he pulled 2 out, but he's waved 1.
Well, that was... The 2 flags have come, and we thought, I think that's gone through for the minor score, and the old Fox, he's just gone to 2 flags. So now it is Barling. Barling for Sandy Bay. Gets the ball out towards the wing position. Couple of big, strong fellas going hard on the ball as umpire Doran has decided to throw that one up. There they go. There's some big-sized fellas in the ruck as well, I've noticed, Duff. I went out at half-time, and big Maxie Williams, he's a good cut of a lad.
He's a monster, isn't he?
He's got me covered. Sandy Bay, get the hands. This is where they look dangerous, when they get the ball out to the open side and start to move it, get it into that open spaces. Back through the middle. And that's the kick that that we spoke of in the previous game when we had the coach of this game, Aaron Vince, in here, Duff. He would much prefer to see that kick go to grass. So what he's tried to explain here, when you come out and there's nothing on, instead of going to a 50-50, go out towards the open spaces. And I have to say, I reckon that's a really good call as far as coaching's concerned. I know from my experience coaching the senior ladies down there at Lauderdale, it's something that I certainly do encourage the ladies to do. Good tap out there by
Oh, so that's not a philosophy that you're going to steal from Coach Vince. You already apply that one, do you?
Truth be known, Duff, I think Coach Vince just came in on the Fox and might have snuck it from my repertoire. So that one is close to the point post and it has just gone through. It makes sense. So here we go. It's out towards Vince. And I know you like the way he goes about it, Duff.
Yeah, my word, he's covering a lot of territory for a little fella on a fair size oval. I
agree with you there. He's got very, very lucky legs. You can see here, and look at him, they just move him around so well. As the Tigers go the kick, goes towards Cooper, can't quite take the mark. Well kept in there by the Bay. All the ball didn't quite go out and they've taken a mark, so they haven't got far to go before the siren as Robertson boots them in and nice backing back. That's a great mark taken there, Duff, by Oliver, isn't it?
It's a great highlight, that one.
We'd love to see maybe that one again as Oliver just had his eyes to the ball, goes out towards Gardner. Gardner stemming that attack, and there it was, as you saw, under plenty of pressure. And the siren's gone here for three-quarter time in the Barwick STJFL game of the day. It is Sandy Bay 5-4-34. Got their noses in front of Tigers Black 4-3-27. For Sandy Bay, 2 goals to O'Meara, 1 to Grubb, Barling and Morton. And for the Kingborough Black, it's a couple to Kong. We got those in the first quarter, Taylor and Cooper. So Duff, it's going to be, it has been an arm wrestle and it is going to go right down to the wire.
Yeah, I don't think Kingborough scored a goal in that quarter. Was that correct? Or did they get one?
I think they might have got the one, Duff.
They got the one. But yeah, you feel as though Sandy Bay, with that handy lead of 7 points, definitely on top here, but it's only kicking at a hoppy. Anything can happen.
It certainly can, and the only thing that we can say is we hope that you've been enjoying the coverage so far, and we're going to go have our last break now. So ladies and gentlemen, now's the time to have a quick spell, and we'll be back with the action in the last quarter in a few moments. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the last quarter of our big game here. It is Sandy Bay v Kingborough Black in the under-13 division. We just had a bit of a look around from our vantage point here at the Jason Jezza Jones complex, and there's a little bit of rain coming around the ground, and as we can see here on the Duff TV weather station, that's just bringing it a little bit from the east, coming down around the Thompson Oval. So it is certainly a sea of colour out here in Brighton, in that we have got more teams coming up. I think Sandy Bay, Lindisfarne next. So all the colour and the pageantry of all the different teams on display here. I love these big gala days as Sandy Bay take possession of the ball. They go the bounce in towards centre half forward, and there taking a strong mark is O'Meara. O'Meara, of course, is a goal scorer. He has got 2 goals so far in this game. Oh, he fools me this time as he goes the short pass towards Fulsang, who was a wonderful lead that was honoured there by O'Meara. And Fulsang now, he's going to go back and have a shot on goal.
I think we commented before on O'Meara and his strength. Man, that was a power mark, wasn't it?
Yeah, it certainly was. As we can see here, Fulsang
had a little dance about himself there.
He did have a little bit of a dance about him as he goes back, and he's going to get a second go at is Maxi Fulsang, Duff. He suddenly realised that might have been on my distance, so he decided to get that one off to Stacey Grubb. And we know that Grubb loves a goal. He got that one down the other end, Duff, on the run. So let's have a look at him now on the set shot. Here he goes, just taking his time is Grubb. Nice straight angle at the goal, and he's put it through. Beautifully kicked there by Stacey Grubb. I like to see a young fella go back like that, Duff.
Yep.
With confidence. and take ownership of the shot, and he put that one through for a goal.
Oh, that's some really team-orientated footy there. We had a couple of passes to players that were in better position rather than just sort of blasting away a goal. I think the coach there of Sandy Bay would be very, very happy.
Very much indeed. So as the ball goes back in towards the centre of ground, another warm welcome to one of our new partners, Duff, IGA, which is the Independent Grocers of Australia. Of course, there are over 80 in Tasmania, and they support local community. Relay for Life, Tasmanian Disability Festival, Special Olympics, Tasmanian Dance Sport, and of course junior football. So welcome on board to IGA. We thank them very much for their support, and we look forward to a long-lasting relationship with them in the ensuing years. It is Sandy Bay.
Full sang again, is it?
That particular time,
27.
that was Frawley. He does look a bit like him, doesn't he? He's got the long sleeve and the blonde locks. There's Full Sang. He's got the short sleeves, but got that same sort of hairstyle as it is. Sandy Bay go toward the goals again, and I think that particular time was O'Meara, but he's a little bit offline this time. As the umpire, we're up to his trick stuff. He gets the old 2 flags and waves the 1. We only got caught once.
Yeah, he hasn't quite worked that out, has he, old mate?
Yep, you only just need to grab the 1, champion, if you're going to wave 1.
But look, he's a volunteer, you know, and
doing a great job, isn't he?
It's not his full-time profession.
He hasn't missed a trick.
Although some umpires do practice that some of the moves, you know, the night before in front of the mirror.
Very much so. I know I had a very dear friend who did that, and he was always corrected about how far he had his fingers apart, Duff.
Ah, yes.
He tended to be... This has gone from right on the boundary line as the arms go out by Stacey Grubb, and we're going to have a little look at that on the Mood Food replay.
Call this one again, Andy.
He is cock-a-hoot with that kick, Duff.
That's got to be goal of the week.
So here it is as the ball for Sandy Bay comes out wide. There is Grubb chasing that ball, looks inside to see who's coming. He decides to go towards the goals as he barrels it, and thankfully the goal umpire just got his head up, Duff, as he was just writing that last one down, as his teammates quite rightly come in and congratulate him as he got beautiful purchase on that ball and sticked it through for a major.
Gee, that was like a Peter Dacos goal.
So that's just put a little bit of distance between the two teams now, Duff.
They're on a roll here. I think they've kicked 4 in a row here, the Bay.
They certainly are playing very nice football at the moment, as that's a strong tackle there by the Tigers. That was Parry, and Parry will take the free kick. Umpire Mullet's just taking the time to make sure that O'Meara is okay. You like to see that sort of umpiring, Duff, where they come in and check how the players are. We can hear in the effect stuff that there's the drag strip, the Brighton drag strip, just close by. Yeah. You can hear a couple of those cars going along there as Sandy Bay. They are surging at the moment, aren't they? They been somewhat formidable in the way they've gone about their work in this last quarter.
It's a little bit similar to the game last night. Did you watch that between Geelong and Collingwood? It must be one of the better matches we've seen in a long time. And you know, one team was on top, and then the other team was right on top. I think Collingwood kicked 9 in the third quarter and still lost.
That's unbelievable, isn't it?
It's incredible
to think that that would be the case. Anyway, it is Sandy Bay now who take that mark.
It's always sad to see Collingwood lose, Andrew.
Oh. So I know it's your team go around later today, Duff, and I think my team are having a bit of a run round now.
Right.
So it is Parry kicking the ball out wide towards Cooper. Cooper goes back inside. I know one thing, Duff, that Kingborough Black will never lay down. Not while they're coached by Aaron Vince. They've got never die attitude, and they've got quality players like young Kongwa, who now is going to go back and have a shot for goal.
Yeah, nice build up there by Kingborough.
So here they go, Kongwa. He's a left footer. He's kicked one on his left and one on his right so far in this game. Just taking his time. He goes in, he's off just a couple of steps. He can't make the distance, but I tell you what, he put that right to the top of the square, Duff, as Gardner has come out. And he's feeling the effects of this one being his second game, I think, here, Duff.
Yep.
And have a look at this by umpire/trainer Doran. He's just come out and he says, I'm not sure if I can Oh, he says, I wouldn't mind taking it. It's great to see that he's just sort of thought, well, I'm not going to muck around. I'm just going to kick that one over the shoulder. And Van Gardner has put that one through for a goal, Duff.
Yeah, no, timely goal there for the Tigers. They're still in this match. If they can rattle on the next 3 in about 8 minutes, they could sneak home here. What is it, 14 points?
This is Gardner's second game as well, Duff. So you can see there, as soon as he took it, he went for the old calf, saying, "Oh, I'm a bit tender."
Yeah.
And that's your modern football, that around the body kick, Duff.
Yep, no, they do a lot of that these days. They practice it at home, they practice it at training. But this is your second game, Andrew. You must be tired as well. Or can you talk all day?
I think if you talk to people who know me, Duff, it's the old veritable talk underwater with the bag full of marbles down the old north and south. There's no doubt about that. We hope that everyone is enjoying the coverage here on Duff TV. We've just had a cracker of a day here. We've been hosted by the Brighton Football Club, and it's a wonderful facility, and the standard of games so far, Duff, has been very, very good. Yeah,
we've still got another couple of matches. Of course, you'll be having a rest and on your way for the rest of the day, but Jerry and I here, we'll battle on and cover the last couple of games.
Yes, we hope that everyone enjoys the coverage here from the Thompson Oval, as going forward again are the Tigers. Here is Singleton. Singleton kicks back, goes towards the goal, and Singleton has put that one through. And I tell you what, just when we're sort of thinking this game is gone, the old Tigers are really coming back, and they are hitting back very hard, Duff.
Well, like I said, that's now, what, 8 points? Plenty of time for the Tigers, 6.5 minutes.
It was Kongwa.
Very doable.
We can see here, got it down, and it was Willis who provided the contest. It was a good shimmy there by Singleton that fooled his opposition, and he went round on his right foot, and this game is well and truly alight here at the Thompson Oval. Umpire Mullet throws that one up. Well played there by Cowan. And he's going to be rewarded there, Duff, holding the ball.
Geez, could nearly be 50. He's called it.
Oh, umpire Mullet says you've got to come back. We can see here. Let's have a look.
Is it 25 or what is it? What do they pay? 25.
Yeah, I think it is the 25, Duff. So umpire Mullet's paid it. Umpire Doran's gone down deep to keep an eye on things, and Sandy Bay are under enormous amount of pressure here as Cooper, he's a good left footer, kicks it out towards the goals, and it's just gone off to the side. And it's even got the old fox on the edge of his chair down here, Duff. As you can see here on the Mood Food replay, that's just gone the wrong side of the goal if you are a Kingborough supporter. So it is the Bay. They play on quickly.
What do you think about that rule where they can take it out of full back, and it seems as though there's no distance that, or they can run any distance before they kick it?
Well, of course, you can only
Is that just my eyes, or I see a lot of that on the TV?
Yeah, they've still got to take that bounce, Duff, if they go over the journey.
Gee, they seem to run a long way.
They do. They do run a long way. As here they come again. They're being somewhat irrepressible here, and if they get it towards Kongwa, he's a very dangerous player. So is Gardner. Kongwa, we know he gets that boot onto it. Very well played by him. Out towards Batchelor. Batchelor, he's been dispossessed then by a very determined backline by the Bay, and it comes now towards Barling. Fleet of foot, Barling gets that kick out. Brilliant work there by Barling.
Oh, look at the Sandy Bay fans up in the background there. They're excited. They're back up and about because their boys have been flat here for about 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, they'd love a goal just to settle it down, Duff, wouldn't they? It was O'Meara who decided to go back inside, and Billy Cooper dispossesses the ball at the moment. And it is just ticking down to 11 minutes. So 4 minutes left here, Duff, to get, what have we got? We've got to get a couple of goals for a victory, or 1 goal, 2. It is Sandy Bay who break out. This is where they want the ball. And coming up is Finn O'Meara. I like the way he goes about his work.
He looks a bit like Benny Brown, doesn't he?
Oh, no, Duff. It's a 25-metre penalty.
Don't you think? He's got the Benny Browns about himself.
He has got the Benny Browns about him.
Yeah.
With that hair.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at his kicking style, Duff. Does he?
Oh, well, he's kicked a couple, hasn't he?
He's kicked 2. Yep. Absolutely, he kicked a couple. So there you can see what time is left, only 3.5 minutes. And
he'll
it is
slot this.
O'Meara, who we know is a goal kicker, just taking his time. Of course, time is their friend. That's a big, long-looking kick, Duff. It's just gone off.
Handy point.
It is very handy point.
They'll need 2 goals here, the Tigers, in 3 minutes.
So they've got to go coast to coast very quickly. Out they come. Parry goes the short pass. Unfortunately, lost the handle on that one, did Cowan, but he goes back in to get it again. He was going to go back to Parry. Parry now slides that one. Beautiful vision. And the Tigers are just taking some tempo football. They've got to get it moving, though, quickly, Duff. Charles Morgan.
Oh,
big long, raking kick. Needs to come over the back, but Sandy Bay are front and centre doing all the hard work. Parry, we know, has been very good down back. And this time, hasn't disposed of it quickly enough. And a free kick going to the Bay. Very timely tackle, Duff.
I think it might have, was it a throw? I'm not sure. It doesn't matter anyway.
That's the way umpire Doran saw it. Here is Sandy Bay. Gee whiz, that was a great pick-up going towards the goals. And that ball, you can see the way it bounces. It's deep into a fence. I think that might be Oliver. And it's going to be a free kick here to Oliver. Couple of minutes to go. Oliver gets it moving very quickly towards Cowan. You can see here now they need clean possession and turn that ball over quickly. They did as Friend goes, but unfortunately in his haste he has missed the footy. Good tap out again by Cowan, but Sandy Bay, I think they're just doing enough here at the moment, Duff.
Yeah, they'll be happy with this, just using up the clock nicely here, the Bay.
As it bounces under plenty of pressure, 1 against 4, and they just have to bomb that ball. Here goes Vince. We know he's fleet of foot, runs through the middle of the ground, gets it out towards Kongwa. Kongwa picks it up. He's looking for someone to go to.
Oh, the Rolls Royce.
Brilliant play by Kongwa. He looked to go on his right, and he knew exactly what he was up to as he came back towards his right-hand side. Here goes Morgan. Morgan gets inside 50 as the kick comes over. Here is Cooper. Cooper gets a push in the back, but he decides to play that on, says Gardner. Gardner, we know, can kick a goal. He comes back. It's going towards the goals, and he's put it through. So it is a goal there to Gardner, and that's really tightened the game up, Duff. Can they get the ball out of the centre for another shot on goal? But let's have a look at this play by Kongwa. Oh, look at this. Brilliant play. I reckon that's the sort of thing we'll show, Duff, when he gets recruited to the AFL.
Oh, okay.
Look at that.
Gee.
Brilliant.
Big statement there, Andrew.
Oh, Duff.
We've got 30 seconds. Umpire Duran's going to throw this straight up and give the boys a chance to take it down and kick a goal.
No, Thomas, we just checked the Brighton's best Bakehouse. It is 2 points the difference. The whistle's gone, and it's a free kick to the Tigers.
They've got 22 seconds.
22 seconds. They just need to get it moving quickly. Here they go, the Tigers. They need a mark. Sandy Bay are front and centre, just quickly bounce that ball over. Now the time's ticking down. 2 points the difference. Quick tackle can be on. Well played by Sandy Bay. They get it towards the end. They need it. Picking it up now. Need to get long barreling kick. Can someone take a mark and kick? Oh, they've marked it.
Pay the mark.
Are they going to pay the mark there, Duff?
Oh, kick after the siren.
Singleton has got to kick this 50, and the goal has got to be put through, Duff. This one will be the longest kick in his life. As every player has got back to try and defend this one. Umpire Mullet is making sure he's on the right angle.
Oh, look how many players have gone back. Is that necessary?
Singleton. Singleton has got to kick this 50 metres, Duff. Here we go. He comes in. He can make a big name for himself. He'll be the Lord Mayor of the Kingborough community, but unfortunately he can't kick that. And Sandy Bay have held on in just an absolute nail-biting finish as we check Brighton's best Bakehouse. It is Sandy Bay 7-6-48 to the Tigers 7-4-46. My goodness gracious, for Sandy Bay here, Duff. It is Grubb with 3, O'Meara 2, Barling and Morton 1. And for the vanquished but valiant Kingborough Black, Gardner's got a couple, Cooper, Taylor 1, Kongwa 2, and Singleton 1, and Duff. That was a crackerjack of a game of footy.
I'm not sure what that free kick was actually for. It might have been the 6-6-6. I'm not sure.
Oh, yes.
It was gutsy umpiring there by the umpire to pay that with 30 seconds to go. But they just ran out of time, didn't they? I think it was 22 seconds to go, and they left it a little bit too late there, the Tigers.
Angus Singleton took that mark there, Duff, as the siren went, and from outside 50 was valiant in the way he went back to try and, you know, just bludgeon that ball the 50 metres that was required of him. But my goodness gracious me, if this is the calibre of football we're going to see in the Barwick's STJFL season for 2022 season, Duff, strap yourself in.
Oh, it's going to be a great year ahead, Andrew. Every
With that
Sunday we'll be doing our live broadcast. So,
well, we have to say that's all from me, Duff. I know that you are going to continue the filming, but we must say a very warm thank you to our friends from Barwick's, of course, who are our new naming right partner, the Wholesale Retail Landscaping Supplies, Organic Compost, Pure Living Soil, and of course the recycling of the tyres. We thank them for coming on board. Of course, IGA Supermarkets, always shop at your local, over 88 outlets around Tasmania. So they're investing in the local community, and we thank them for it. Bennett's Petroleum and Mood Food, don't forget them, you can't miss them, the Ampol service stations and the Mood Food. On your way to Kempton, you can see the big Mood Food up there. Fantastic facilities. Brighton's best Bakehouse for the award-winning pies, just down the road here on the highway. We thank Scotty Donaghy and Richard Atkins and all the team at Zambrero's in the city, and also at Moona. We thank them for coming on board. Not only do you feel good from eating great food, but you feel good about eating quality food, and you know that the plate for plate, that one of your meals is going towards feeding the underprivileged around the planet. Of course, they are donating up to 1 billion meals by 2025. So we hope you've enjoyed the coverage of our two main games. That's all from the old Fox. And you'll be back, Duff, at 2 o'clock, I think, for the next game. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so that's all from me, and we hope you're enjoying the coverage here from Duff TV. Connection here at the club room, beautiful facility, but just something that we're working with them on. So thank you for your patience as Sandy Bay now and try and fire that ball in towards the goals. It's somebody close. It's been kept in, and there's a big chance to get a goal here, Duff. And Stacey Grubb, he was the only man who ran back and circled around and swiftly put that one through and further. Such good conditions for footy, Duff, isn't it? There's just not a breath of wind at all, as just arching the back and charging out then is O'Meara again. And I think he might have been, he's put it through for a goal. Yeah,
it's a very impressive player. He seems to be very strong in the core.
Yes. Such good conditions for footy, Duff, isn't it? There's just not a breath of wind at all, as just arching the back and charging out then is O'Meara again. And I think he might have been, he's put it through for a goal.
Yeah, it's a very impressive player. He seems to be very strong in the core.
Yes.
Although he's a very, you know, he's a tallish boy, but just very strong. Goal square, but turn over to the Bay.
And
another
that's
good
a
tackle.
strong tackle. Been a really key feature before the siren as Robertson boots them in and nice backing back. That's a great mark taken there, Duff, by Oliver, isn't it?
It's a great highlight, that one.
That is Maxi Fulsang, Duff. He suddenly realised that might have been on my distance, so he decided to get that one off to Stacey Grubb. And we know that Grubb loves a goal. He got that one down the other end, Duff, on the run. So let's have a look at him now on the set shot. Here he goes, just taking his time is Grubb. Nice straight angle at the goal, and he's put it through. Beautifully kicked there by Stacey Grubb. With that kick, Duff.
That's got to be goal of the week.
So here it is as the ball for Sandy Bay comes out wide. There is Grubb chasing that ball, looks inside to see who's coming. He decides to go towards the goals as he barrels it, and thankfully the goal umpire just got his head up, Duff, as he was just writing that last one down, as his teammates quite rightly come in and congratulate him as he got beautiful purchase on that ball and sticked it through for a major.
Gee, that was like a Peter Dacos
down. Not while they're coached by Aaron Vince. They've got never die attitude, and they've got quality players like young Kongwa, who now is going to go back and have a shot for goal.
Yeah, nice build up there by Kingborough.
So here they go, Congra. He's a left footer. He's kicked one on his left and one on his right so far in this game. Just taking his time. He goes in, he's off just a couple of steps. He can't make the distance, but I tell you what, he put that right to the top of the square, Duff, as Gardner has come out. And oh, he's feeling the effects of this one being his second game, I think, here, Duff.
Yep.
And have a look at this by umpire/trainer Doran. He's just come out and he says, I'm not sure if I can... Oh, he says, I wouldn't mind taking it. It's great to see that he's just sort of thought, well, I'm not going to muck around. I'm just going to kick that one over the shoulder. And Van Gardner has put that one through for a goal. Enjoys the coverage here from the Thompson Oval as going forward again are the Tigers. Here is Singleton. Singleton kicks back, goes towards the goal, and Singleton has put that one through. And I tell you what, just when we're sort of thinking this game is gone, the old Tigers are really coming back, and they are hitting back very hard, Duff.
Well, like I said,
he's looking for someone to go to. Oh,
the Rolls Royce.
Brilliant play by Congra. He looked to go on his right, and he knew exactly what he was up to as he came back towards his right-hand side. Here goes Morgan. Morgan gets inside 50 as the kick comes over. Here is Cooper. Cooper gets a push in the back, but he decides to play that on, says Gardner. Gardner, we know, can kick a goal. He comes back. It's going towards the goals, and he's put it through. So it is a goal there to Gardner, and that's to get it moving quickly. Here they go, the Tigers, they need a mark. Sandy Bay are front and centre, just quickly bounce that ball over. Now the time's ticking down, 2 points the difference. Quick tackle can be on, well played by Sandy Bay. They get it towards the end, they need it. Picking it up now, need to get long barrelling kick. Can someone take a mark and kick? Oh, they've marked it.
Pay the mark.
Are they going to pay the mark there, Duff?
Oh, kick after the siren.
Singleton has got to kick this 50, and the goal has got to be put through, Duff. This one will be the longest kick in his life, as every player has got back to try and defend this one. Umpire Mullet is making sure he's on the right angle.
Oh, look how many players have gone back. Is that necessary?
Singleton has got to kick this 50 metres, Duff. Here we go. He comes in. He can make a big name for himself. He'll be the Lord Mayor of the Kingborough community, but unfortunately he can't kick that. And Sandy Bay have held on in just an absolute nail-biting finish as we check Brighton's best Bakehouse. It is Sandy Bay 7-6-48 to the Tigers 7-4.